Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Fallout Nevada. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we look for a flashlight. And also I'm feeling a little bit better, even though my voice is still a little bit weird, but at least I can breathe through my nose, as of this moment. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna be able to at the end of the episode. Anyway, we are here in Salt Lake City, or as the Russians like to call it, Salt. Because that's how it works. The boy that I'm talking to right now is thinking hard about something and does not pay attention to you. Hey, what are you doing? He nervously pulls his shoulder and does not pay attention to you. Hey, hello, young man. I'm gonna shake him by the shoulder, which sounds very disrespectful, even though I'll just go with that. Do you hear me? Oh, that is the worst thing, though. That's the most disrespectful part. Oh, sorry, he says. I was absorbed in thought. I have such a puzzle. My brain boils, I swear. You shouldn't swear, little man. That is inappropriate. Maybe not inappropriate. Impolite, I suppose. So what is this puzzle? And you, he says, you want to solve it too. Yes, what is this puzzle? Yeah. Well, listen, says the boy. One caravan driver walked 3 cities. In the first, he was charged with renting a parking lot for a quarter of the cost of goods. And in the second city, they also sought a quarter of what was left on him. And also, in the third city, a quarter of the remainder. When he returned home, he had only $1,728, but he could not sell anything. So how much did he have at the very beginning? So he couldn't sell anything. I'm gonna say this but is the word for. So for he could not sell anything, and could not is did not. So let's go with that. And it's a pretty simple calculation. So I like this. It's not a puzzle, but it's just a math problem. It's easy. I can answer it right now, and I will. I'll click that. So how much? The easiest bit would be just to go through the things, but I can explain it to you how it works. It's very simple, actually. So basically, we're dividing 100, which is 100%, by 0.75, which is the remainder of the 25% that we're talking about over here. It's got the first city got a quarter, and the second city got another quarter. Also in the third, wait a minute. Yeah, also in the third, a quarter of the remainder. So basically, you get to multiply 100 by 75. Or sorry, you could also multiply it by 75. It wouldn't work quite the same. You need to deconvert that after. But let's go with 0.75, which means 75. Then you multiply 75 by 0.75, which means a number that I don't like. Let's see. So 75. Because then you need to multiply it by 75 again. And I'm going to do it all in my head. So let's start with 1,000. That might be a little bit easier for me, even though it shouldn't, but it is easier for me. So 1,000 becomes 750, and then multiply that by 0.75 would be 75 times 7 times and a half. And I realized, no, actually 75, yes, 75 times 75. Times 7 times and a half. So we're talking. It should be really simple. If it was a third, it'd be easier because thirds are easier to manage. And actually, it would be interesting because you could have, if it were a third instead of a quarter, you could have an easy answer. It'd be like you're left with nothing, because that's an easy mistake to think of because you're not multiplying 100 by 75 over and over again and removing a quarter. You're multiplying the result. So 75, that's divided by half and then divide that half by half. That sounds pretty straightforward. Let's go for the 800. That's 400, and that's another 200, but it's not, because it's not 200, it's less than 200, because it is 162 and a half. That's why it's weird. So that's 100. So that's 700. So if we're going on 1,000, that's 750 minus 162 and a half. So you can see why I'm having trouble. And does that make sense? Because the double of 162 and a half is 325, which is indeed half of 750. Gotcha. So. Easiest thing is to 325 plus 162 and a half which means so 3, 4, 490, 480, 7.5. No, that doesn't make sense. I am terrible. I got a computer. Let's get a computer. Calculator. What is the calculator? Get me the calculator. I'm not gonna. Why is this in Portuguese? Terrible Windows. Windows 7. Windows 10 is the worst thing. I set it to English and it's the worst thing. Anyway, so pretty straightforward. So it's 100. I'm not gonna press the buttons here on the keyboard, otherwise it just does bad things. Times 75. You could also make it to the power, I think, because you're multiplying 0.75 to the power of 3. I'm pretty sure. So 100 times 75 is 56.25, and then times 75 again is 42.1876. So that is the percentage of the original, and that's why I'm calculating this. So 42.1875 is the percentage, so that's 42% of the original the money. So that's what he got. This is 42.1875. So this is very easy to multiply, because what you need to do is you need, actually I'm going to multiply this by, I'm going to divide this by 100, so I get the proper percentage, which is 0.421875, and then I copy that, so I can then get 1 minus that, which is 57.8125. Right? Am I doing it wrong? Because 100 x equals 1. So yeah, I'm doing it right. I'm doing it wrong. I need the 0.421875, and I'm dividing it. I'm dividing it by this. So, and that's why it's a little bit weird, I think. It's something divides the other. So 0.42, let's go with that, it doesn't matter, over 1728 is, no, it's 1728 over, yeah, of course it is. There it is. So it's 4,096. That's the answer. Right there. It seems he doesn't believe you. How much? No, this is not right. It must be 33.75. Why is it 33.75? This is not a great puzzle. I don't like it. Go and play Baldur's Gate 2. It has great puzzles. It's fantastic. Well, they could have better puzzles, but at least they're nice. They're cool puzzles. Let's see. So, how do you know? Well, a quarter is 25, right? So you have to multiply the amount by a quarter. Oh, you're doing it the other way. No, I'm right on what I'm saying. It's impossible to achieve a wrong result with just those two terms. Well, actually, it isn't. You could multiply it. I still have the number over here, so let's see. So I'm multiplying. So what I did is let me see. So yeah, there it is. So I went 1728 over 0.421875. But you can multiply it by that. But you'd get the other. That might be where he's getting that money. Let's go with that. 178. Let's multiply it by 0.421875. No, that doesn't work. If you multiply it, you get 729. But you could then maybe he's reaching it. He's then adding it to 1728. No, that doesn't make sense. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. Let's see. So you have to multiply the amount by a quarter and plus the remainder. But no, that's not how it works. Yeah, he's doing it the wrong way. You can't do it the wrong way. It's like if you take a quarter of 100, you can't then add a quarter of 75 to get the 100, because that you don't get that. A quarter of 75 would be the 16.25, which doesn't get the 100. You need 25, so you need. It's always like the next over. So I use that a lot on like image resizing and stuff, because I do a lot of web programming in JavaScript, and so I do it a lot. 25 would then be 20 right after, or rather 20 would then be 25. So 25 would be 33.3, which is the reason why I like thirds because it's easy. So basically, if you want to get the 100, you need to add a third of the 75%. That's pretty simple. So that's why if you work with a third, that would work. That's an easy one. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, an easy thing. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Let's achieve the number. Let's achieve the number with a way easier way of doing this. So basically, all I need to do is 1728 times 1.33333. 1.33333, and you multiply it again by 1.3333333, and you multiply it again by 1.3333333. And I didn't think it like that because it's less intuitive for me. It doesn't mean it's less intuitive for everyone. That's just how I do it. And the result is 4,095.998955 and something or other. I got hiccups, which is, of course, 4,096, which is what I answered. Right there. Fantastic. See? So let's see. Is it not? No, you make one mistake. You count a quarter of a smaller number, although at first it counts from the larger. There will be a difference, so count through the proportion. That is the worst explanation ever. I hope he gets it. What do you mean proportion? Let me teach you. You are doing a lesson on operations and variables and calculation in proportion. This is a good lesson for the boy. Okay, thank you, mister. I'm so happy. Now I'll be steeper than Funny Joe. You are... I have no idea what you're saying, but bless you, boy. Bless you, boy. Now I'll be... Okay, so he can not even calculate his own revenue, which is just a plus and minus. Gotcha. Right? Revenue... No, actually, that's profit. Profit is plus and minus. Revenue is pluses. Oh my god, it's even worse. Wait, here are some Vulcan nuts. That's not the first time they say it like that. It's like paying for a lesson. It is, yeah, I suppose. I don't really need them, but, you know. It's good. We need a flashlight. Do you have a flashlight? I'm gonna have to steal from people. The good thing is, it's very easy to steal from people. They don't bother you if you just look at them. He has a comic book. Over here, we have a person with nothing. These little kids have rocks. This guy over here, he looks like he likes a flashlight. He does have a flashlight. This is great. So, how you do this is pretty simple. Multiply it by 75 and don't get bored with my view. I'm sorry. It's Fallout. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's okay. I like the challenge. For a Let's Play, it's just weird because I'm just saying numbers a lot and it's weird. So let's get all of these and we have all the stuff. Can I get my mouse to move as I want it to? Apparently I can't. My mouse cursor really wants me dead. No mouse cursor, rather. The mouse pad. So you can stay behind because you're really heavy. And I think we have everything. It's good. Okay, so over here on the item list, we have a sledgehammer. Gotcha. Gecko pelt, indeed. Shovel, oh. A first aid kit. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Oh, there's a way to make a first aid kit. I think I have the recipe. Unfortunately, it requires... Nope, there's a way to make the Molotov cocktail. Well, I might have the first aid kit if this one works, which I hope it doesn't. But then again, hopefully I will never need to use it. And I don't need to use it, because, yeah. So, let's look at the list again. I have a first aid kit. It's not the one, but hopefully it works. Flares, gotcha. Rope, indeed. Empty flask, okay. Scrap, rubber boots, wrench, and weapon parts. I don't have the weapon parts. Because I don't know where they are. Are they in New Reno? Did I not go to New Reno? I didn't go to New Reno, did I? Terrible. Terrible things. Well, at least we know what to get. And we got one flashlight. So we don't need a flashlight. We need a first aid kit, most likely. And we need a weapon parts, which may not be that difficult to get. Do I have my things? Okay, I have my things. So, ma'am, don't bother Robert. He's yet to cut fruit for dinner because of that stupid puzzle of it. It's not a puzzle. It's not a puzzle. She says it exists, I swear. Everyone's already heard it. They're having a chat about something. It's not a puzzle. It's just math. Math is not puzzle. I mean, it's simple. It's like a very simple problem. It probably should be done with X's and Y's and stuff, because that's how you do that. But anyway, don't bother me, says that guy. Actually, I will. I'll see what you have, because if you have weapon parts, he doesn't. He's got a bottle of beer. Let's have a chat. Well, let's go in here. If you are going to puke, go outside. Say there's somebody here that really is gonna puke. Because there's multiple people saying the same thing. Don't get on my nerves without a period at the end. Nobody uses periods here. Okay, we got a stranger machine. I don't know how that works. Ha! Joe is killing it today. Who's Joe? This guy at the bar. Not funny and not scary. It's not going to get dark very soon, right? Oh, the jokes. The jokes. Who's the guy at the bar? Are you saying things? Is it Joe? Is that Jovial Joe? Wait a minute. That's what that kid was talking about. A new face in our venue. Make yourself comfortable. There is no such a club in the world where you can sit through for long without at least buying some alcohol and getting drunk. And for this we work. Choose what you'll drink. Sure. I want to ask about the city. So who runs this place? Oh no, I need to read this. That's the reason why I'm wearing out the seat of my pants here. Yes. I get the gist of what he's going for. Sarcasm never works. Don't write sarcasm into your written things. It's also boring. I guess it's the sheriff, he says. He has everyone's asses on a string, including my pences. Thus, no skunk will dare to show its face in here anymore. Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys have problems with skunks. Sure. Is this place run by the law? The sheriff is the law. All will be as he says. Thank you. The answer is no, I suppose. This guy, unless it is yes, and he's just lying and saying the sheriff represents the law, or sort of like serves the law. Anyway, or enforces the law. That's the word. That's the power that the sheriff has, I believe. Enforcing, right? I'm not really sure. We don't have sheriffs here in Europe. This gallows is often empty. I mean. Come back around afternoon when it's not too dark yet. Usually, at that time, they feed the new victims of the show to the audience. Funny guys they are. I have no idea what you just said. Where can I patch myself up or my equipment? Well, you can get a kick out of vending machines or buy some grub. The Kuok brothers across the street sell equipment, and a technician from the Nuka-Cola factory will help you cope with broken inventory. In the north, in front of the sheriff's office, there's a pharmacist. However, lately there's almost nothing left to buy from him. Also, you may stay in the hotel when the weakness is about to floor you. This guy is a trip. Can you tell me more about the area? He sighs. Apparently he's tired of this question. Oh god, it's the business center. If you need some equipment or want to relax, come here with a dash in the wrong place. The factory of Nuka-Cola is to the east, and further in that direction is the canyon of the wastewater, also known as where we go to poop. To the north, there is the residential area where the sheriff's office is located. Overall, it is better not to wander around because of radiation, wild dogs, acid gecko, written poorly, and many other hostile abominations. I see. The radiation, all of that, very, very, very bad. Yeah, the acid gecko, that's sure. Double K, that's not common in English, is it? I mean, I understand why it's... Actually, I don't really understand why. How would gecko be written in Cyrillic? So, the G, it's that A-looking thing. And that would be the soft G, so it'd be normal. The E would be... Is it an E? I think it is. I think it is an E. You know, just straightforward E. Then the C of the gecko would be the K. And then the K itself... Well, I mean, they could just make it the CK, transform it into a K, I suppose. Or maybe they translate it, because gecko does mean just, you know, it's a lizard. They just call it gecko with a capital G, because... I mean, actually, geckos are a thing. They're a species. They're a specific type of lizard. They're a real thing. Anyway, so why are there so many caravaneers? In recent years, Salt Lake City has attracted more entrepreneurs. I can't pronounce that word very well. The situation is this, you know, the high time to line your pockets. Those who realize this in time have bent the entire potential of the city to their interests. That's why the city has what to offer to other settlements. I see. I don't. But, I mean, I do. Who is this guy that's, you know, hanging out at the entrance? I didn't see him. Incorrigible Ned? A walking bag full of guts. Aren't we all? I would not have used a work of such a sloven if only... You don't use... In English, you don't use adjectives as nouns. You need to do a sloven one. Or a slovenly one. That's still adjectives, even though... So it's interesting because it's an adverb, slovenly, but it's not really. It's an adjective. I'm sure there's a rule for that or something. Anyway, of such a slovenly one or something, if only he didn't ask so little for his service. Wait, what? I would not... Oh, you mean he doesn't, you know, it doesn't impose. I don't mind saving a few coins. Ha! Sure, I guess. Okay, so... I want to buy a drink. I don't want to buy a drink for everyone in here to introduce myself. How would that even work? Is that even a thing? You can do that in Fallout. You can do that in a lot of games. And in movies as well. But does that actually ever happen? The round's on me! How does that work? What do you mean, the round? It's like, bring me your finest bottle and biggest bottle of mum, please. Thank you. Because those things are expensive. I've drunk it once, I think. And I don't remember it being any better than Asti Gensio or whatever. Just buy the cheapest and you're good to go. Unless you're a real connoisseur, in which case you probably have spent a lot of money on wine already. Because, well, you're a connoisseur. Not right now, buddy. No, I do. Did you meet working trains here somewhere? What the heck is that? What the freaking heck was that question? Everybody falls silent. No kidding. I'm gonna say what I actually said. Not right now, buddy. Did you met working trains here somewhere? That's the question. What are you talking about, he asks. With a very sudden shift in tone, as befits that question, because, yeah. I say, do you have, sorry, didn't mean met, obviously, a working train, you know, that can actually move? Joe looks around the audience. His smile is draining from the face, becoming similar to a grin. But not a grin. Similar. No, we just have piles of rusty metal. But you have a railroad, right? And he asks, so? Which is a very... I don't like it. You should give... I mean, it works, and people say this, but... you should say yes. You should remind me of what I just asked. That's how video games work. It's how dialogue in movies works. If you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, I guess, that's a hard thing to pull off, and I think that's just don't do that. Don't do that. Yes, so he says. So tell me, where's the railroad station with the trains? I'm being very rude. I should read the room a little bit better, considering. Oh my God, what the heck just happened? Did you see this? He lowers his voice, the smile sleeping from his nervous face. The smile that looks like a grim. Grim? What was the word? What did he use? The grin. Wait a minute. Okay. What? I didn't... I'm trying to figure out why I didn't see that grin and smile are very close together, and you don't drain into a grin, because you up it into a grin. A grin is sort of a, yeah, nice, but not so much as a smile. You drain the grin into a smile. But for some reason, I didn't think that. And my subconscious must have been the same as the... something got caught in my throat. So it must have been similar to the subconscious of the writer, who made a mistake, because that's not how it works. I suppose that is a frown. You wanted to say the word frown? Although, similar to a frown, that's not how it works. A frown is an objective thing. It's a frown because it's similar to the muscles being down. So it's always an interpretation. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. So he's frowning, and yeah. Look, even I rarely dare to joke on his subject, which is good, because I wasn't joking. I was being very aggressive, actually. Don't go there, and stop speaking about it. Exclamation marks. Oh, that's what happened. I got kicked out. This is the zaniest... It's not the zaniest. We have had such zany characters. This is definitely not the zaniest. This actually makes a lot of sense. Bloody Mary. Quote unquote. Where this one should be quote unquote, because this is not booze, by the way. Or is that? No, Rotgut is not booze. Gotcha. Or is that Rotgut? No, this is Rotgut. Yeah. Rotgut is a cleaning fluid. And I think a reference... I remember in movies, I think it's Aliens 4 or Aliens 3 or something like that has a reference. But it might be Mad Max 2 as well. I know that I've seen a movie where somebody mentions booze and they use it for cleaning, and it's like a center point of that scene where they're like drinking it as a cleaning fluid. But I actually don't know how that would work. If it's got sugar in it, which some booze does, maybe not all of it. I'm not really sure. Vodka has sugar in it, but maybe that you can remove it. Because like cleaning stuff with vodka, you're not gonna clean it. I mean, you're gonna degrease it, sure, because of the alcohol, but it's gonna get sticky. You shouldn't do that. That's why you have rubbing alcohol, which is unsweetened at all. Yeah. Bloody Mary, though, is a proper name. A high alcohol cocktail. Is it? Isn't it tomato juice with vodka? That's not high alcohol. Very useful for a hearty day at the end of the week. I've never had any. We don't have famous cocktails here in Portugal. Oh, Rotgut. Rotgut, you saw it? You saw that? That's Rotgut over here. Yeah, Rotgut. A very strong liquor or cleaning fluid. You decide. That's the one. Yeah, the other one is indeed booze. Oh, no, didn't mean... I pressed A. Sorry. Nobody's attacking me. I pressed A to go over here. Let's go to the kitchen, where they keep the scientists. Hey, stop! This is the kitchen! You're not allowed here! Bait it! My voice was all over the place there, on purpose. They're very upset, though. They have very strict cleaning... Sorry, not cleaning. Strict health and safety procedures. You must wear a hairnet at all times. Hello, sir. Move along. With a period at the end. Yes, you're the best. I will not steal your flashlight. Also, why do you have a flashlight? It's not like NPCs use them. I mean, it makes sense for the guards to have it. But it shows that the level designers were careful about that. Or maybe it's just a normal loot table for guards. Because I think that move along comes from NCR. Oh, no. Oh, they kicked me to the right place. Fantastic. That's good. Good stuff. Really good stuff. I like it a lot. Anyway, let's go over here. We have a lot of... This place is enormous. I like it. Also, I wonder... Oh, that's... Is that... Neon advertising console of the Cafe Club? I don't know what a word console means. I honestly do not know. I know where it's used, and it's definitely not that. And I know in real life what it refers to. It's like a gaming console. But it doesn't have to be a gaming console. There's other things. But it's usually an assembly of commands rather than whatever that is. Why'd you have... I mean, that looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. Hello, sir. Want to book a room? Yeah, tell me about the city. What's there... What's there and where one can go to hang out? What there is, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that's what there is. Well, what can you tell? He relaxes himself in the chair, crossing his fingers on the belly. It's not the coolest place in the region. There are cooler. I like that he's using the word cooler and cool. I'm talking about Las Vegas and New Reno. Although, I've not been there, actually, but, well, I have not much to tell, to be honest. Say, the hotel you are in, that's easy and obvious. Across the road from here, the Cafe Club, quote, Teen Angel, unquote, is shining. It has one cool... Because the shining would... The quotes would be more appropriate there, by the way. It has one cool feature about it. It's gothic with a capital G. People love gathering there and... on holidays. Do you have holidays? Good. Then vomiting at the entrance after a dozen bottles of beer. They love that. Absolutely. On the other side of the street, there is a trading hall. Not a mall. You can get weapons and other stuff there. Although, if you need medication, you should find a pharmacist. He lives to the north. Quiet clothes. Not actually quiet clothes. Quiet clothes, I'm sorry. I misread that. But the choice of goods there... He makes a vile gesture, which means he's flipping me off, and shows a wrinkled face. Yuck. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. There is also the office of our Sheriff Burton nearby. He's in charge of almost everything. He's the chief here, not the sheriff. That's his first name. It's his sheriff. So be cool and don't make troubles. He doesn't like it. With the dash being used properly. It wasn't easy to calm the city down, but he succeeded. I love it. The city was all, I mean, they just were dancing all over the place and just being like, woohoo, look at this, we have a new full Fallout game and it's free and it's all weird. And then he came down, calm down everybody, I am the sheriff now. And they were like, no, I'm gonna dance all night. And he was like, no, you won't. And then he didn't say anything for a long while, and everybody was like, this guy means business. He's not saying anything, he's just looking at us. Let's calm down. And they all calmed down. He succeeded. Damn, I shudder to think what could have happened without him. It's to spend all night dancing. There is also the director, with a capital D, at the Nuka-Cola factory. Factory is not capital. Okay, I would use that though. Yeah. He is an enterprising man. If not for him, like hell we'd have some clean water, lighting, and all other technical stuff. Some even got home robots. Isn't it cool? And he winks. Oh, you mean sex robots? Ah, it is indeed cool, my friend. And I wink back at him. Because, why else would he wink? And the factory with a capital D this time, which is a different one, is quite a thing. It's near here, east on the road. It's only thanks to the factory with a capital F. Did I say capital E? I didn't mean, it's capital F. That the people still know about Salt Lake's existence. So, I realize that the lake itself is a thing, but Salt Lake City is a city. Anyway, new caravans come here for this liquid joy they produce in the first place. So that must be the factory. And the Nuka-Cola factory, the lowercase f, must be the second place. Gotcha. By the way, the Caravanneers have settled themselves down in the street across the square. Sorry. No, I misread that. The Caravanneers have settled themselves down the street across the square. Thank you. I don't know what else to add. Well, except that the cafe has a couple of slot machines. Have fun. And he winks again. Oh, you mean that kind of slot? Haha. Wink back. Oh, on the square near the entrance there is a gallows stationed. If you like performances, you can wait until 4 p.m. With a capital P and M, which means different things, and see a capital comedy. It's not real. It's a sort of amusement. Dash, someone plays the role of the hangman. He's accused in complete bollocks. It's better than partial bollocks, that's for sure. And then hung on the rope, all having fun, and till the end of the without that's not anyway. And till the end of the day, people feel great. Well, it's because of the complete bollocks. I would feel great with my complete bollocks as well. Makes sense. I already told you everything. There's nothing of it. Yeah, because in between all of these lines, I'm staying here, arms crossed, and not having any response, and just saying, continue. Continue. I love it. Oh, boy. Anyway, I need to continue talking to him next episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Fallout Nevada. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. Dislikes count as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.